I had all intentions today of coming and getting some work done for my business before having to clock in. Today I wanted to test a new formula for this new product idea that I have. I was so prepared to do it this morning, but life just took over. I woke up this morning and I was very tired, dealing with my kids and just being so tired. I didn't get to come down here in time, and I had like an hour, but I was just like, I'm gonna feel rushed. I'm not gonna be able to do it the way that I wanted to. I hate stopping in the middle of task and being interrupted with stuff. So just is very easy to feel like, oh my God, if I didn't have to like work or clock in, or if I didn't have to, work this job, then I could have all the freedom to control my time as I see fit. That kind of thought process takes me out of a state of gratitude, and so I'm not seeing it that way. I'm choosing to be grateful that I have this job to support my passions, and when the time is right, I won't be here working this job and clocking in and having to choose between pouring into myself and my passions and acting on my creative ideas and having to work for someone else. It's tough in a way that it takes a lot of mental training to remain grateful and not paint my situation in a negative way of like, but it's easy to think like, okay, just be grateful and better will come. So being positive and choosing to see the good in any situation helps me to keep going and to keep showing up even when I don't want to. So after I am done with work today, I'm going to be working on my business. So I clock out of work at 9 p.m. So I guess after 9 p.m. is when I'll be checking back in, and we're going to be testing some formulas for some new products that I have. And I'm so excited for it because it's going to be some lock products that I'm coming out with. And I'm just so excited for this. I'm so excited. I'm just so excited. So I'm going to check back in, and I pray to God that this shift is good day, easy day. I actually applied for another position at my job that would take me off of phones and being forward facing with customers and be kind of more behind the scenes in the kind of work that I do. I don't know if I got that. It's kind of hard to tell what that process is. What the heck is all of this stuff? This isn't my email. I use my husband's computer.
A few moments later.
Plot twist, I ended up calling in. As soon as I tried to clock into work, I realized that everything had reset. I didn't know my login information, and I immediately started to get stressed. My husband came down here, tried to help me clock in. When I get stressed, I cry. It just became too much trying to get into work after already not wanting to clock in and be here to work. So after a few minutes of trying to figure it out and get my systems up, I said, no, this is not the energy I want to start with. I already don't want to be here. I already don't want to be doing this and trying to put extra effort into trying to do it after these. I bowed out. I called in and I text my supervisor and just was like, I'm having system issues. I'm just going to take the day. For some reason, it doesn't feel like I should be able to do that. And then it makes me angry because it's my time. It's my time. So I'm going to take my time today that I took back, and I'm going to apply it towards what I really want to be doing right now. Let's get to work. I'm just going to switch my energy around and just hop into what it is that I really want to be doing. I did not plan this. I had full intentions to clock in and work for the man, but that just wasn't what God had in store for me. And I feel like I'm just going to get to work. All right, before we get started mixing up and formulating, I got some packages in for some of the stuff we're probably going to need, we will need to do the formulation stuff. I typically buy my test stuff off of Amazon or just quick resources, and then once I kind of finalize how I want it to be, that's when I'll start sourcing from more quality, reputable places. So Amazon was just the quickest place that I could get what I needed. So let's open up these packages. I don't remember what some of the stuff is, but let's see. Oh, I got some chamomile flower powder, and then I also ran out of glycerin, so I needed to re-up on that. That's it on that one. You get so many boxes and like recyclable material. You get so many boxes of recyclable material when you are a business owner. And then I know what this is. This is, I don't know why it says Amazon Pharmacy. These are some of the containers I'm considering using for this spray that I'm gonna make. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim the bottom. This is gonna hold my lock spray mist. I'm so excited. I'm also making another hair oil, and this one's gonna be specifically for locked hair. It's gonna be these two as a duo. I usually always use amber bottles. I don't know why, I just love a good amber container. All of my other products are in amber containers too, so I don't think I'll ever deviate away from that. Now that I have all this stuff unboxed, I'm just gonna probably get into formulating and doing, you know, my favorite part, which is mixing stuff together and creating things. I've heard so many good things about hemp seed oil for your hair. I was just doing so much research the other day, and this is what has me so excited to make that new hair oil, because I just know how it will benefit my scalp. Also, funny enough, when I ordered this, I was so disappointed because I don't know why I thought 64 fluid ounces was bigger than this, but when I opened it, I thought I was scammed. But turns out I just, you know, wasn't computing the number correctly in my mind. This is the size I usually buy in comparison. I really thought I was scammed until I went back and I was just like, no, I ordered what I got. But yeah, now I'm just going to write out my formula, measurements, and then yeah, just gonna get to work. I have always wanted to use rose water in a hair care product, so this is really exciting for me. It smells so freaking good. It smells absolutely amazing. It reaches the bottom without shit. This is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be the tester one that I use on myself, and depending on how I like it, I'll come back here and make adjustments, tweaks, add things, take things out. I just want to see how the formula would work on someone with locks, because I have locks myself, and the intention of this product is to be like a daily refresh spray for your locks, and something that you can use specifically after you get a retie, a retwist, or anything that would add extra tension to your scalp. The ingredients in here are meant to moisturize and soothe your scalp, so yeah, I'm excited to try this out. Next, I'm going to be getting into the hair oil, and that one's a little less multi-step process. It's kind of just like blending all of the oils together and mixing them together, and I'm going to be loading that into this bottle here, and yeah, let's just get right into it. Funny enough, I wasn't going to use neem oil in this oil blend. However, I want to say almost a year ago, I had bulk ordered a bunch of these neem oils because I thought I was going to use it in a different product, and I ended up not. So I have a bunch of these in stock, and neem oil is so good for your scalp health. that it just kind of works out so perfectly that I have so much in stock. So I'm going to be using this in here. And one of the reasons why I've kind of been put off from using this neem oil in certain things is because it has a very strong, peculiar scent. I personally don't mind it, especially because the benefits far outweigh the smell. But I am going to try to see how it blends together with the other ingredients that I'm going to use. Tea tree. I'm also going to be using tea tree, which also has a really strong scent. I'm going to be using bergamot oil. Also has a strong scent. Peppermint also. So all of these scents combined, I'm going to be paying really close attention to how they blend together. As far as smell, it smells very earthy, but nothing that's like pungent. I think I'm gonna add a little bit of lemon essential oil to kind of brighten up the smell so it doesn't feel so earthy. But I don't think I'm gonna add any type of fragrance to it, at least not for now. Because I do make natural hair care products, and while I do use some fragrances here and there and pretty much almost all of my products, I kind of have an aversion to it at the same time, and I think I'm going to end up switching all of my fragrances to essential oils. So this will kind of be my first 2 products basically where I'm strictly using all natural ingredients, no added fragrances or things like that outside of essential oils. So yeah, I'm going to add some lemon essential oil to this and see how it does. A little bit more. It's that neem. That neem has a very overpowering scent, but it's so good for you. So, and I think the neem mixing with the tea tree is what's kind of making it very earthy. This is better. I'm gonna go ahead and add this to the squeeze bottle. Let's see if I get, like, measurement wise, if I hit the mark. I think I have a little bit too much in here, but let's see. Wow. Just enough. Just enough. It is just at the very, very top. Squeeze this on very tight, and voila, we have our hair oil. I call it lock oil because I already have a hair oil consistency wise, not too thick, very light. I can already tell it's going to be very absorbent. It doesn't leave any kind of greasy residue behind, which is amazing. And smell-wise, it's pretty good. That lemon, I think, saves it from being too much of an earthy scent. But I could also see myself experimenting with other essential oils like orange blossom, citrusy type of scents. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just so excited to try this on my hair, especially because I do suffer with dry scalp a lot. And I've noticed my dry scalp has increased with the amount of tension a retie puts on my hair and scalp. So I'm just too excited for this. I'm too excited for this. I know I'm going to get amazing results, and seeing the results on myself will further enhance my ability to provide it, I guess, to my community and, customers. This has been an idea in my head, and it's always such a huge, euphoric moment when I'm able to take something that's just been an idea, just a thought, something that I've ruminated on for a while, and bring it into my reality, into real life. That is one of my favorite things about running my business and having this ability to create really good hair care products and just bring it to life and then share it with other people. Now having this platform on YouTube allows me to really document more of my process and thought process behind the why of my products and the how, instead of doing all of this behind the scenes and then putting it out there and having like that feeling of disconnect between where I started with the product and how it came to be labeled and pretty in front of an audience. So the next steps after this is, of course, to test the product. So I'm probably going to test this until I run out, and in the meantime I'm going to be creating labels, and nothing printed, but just kind of like label design, things like that. I've gotten pretty good at that. I used to be so stressed when I first started my business with like creating my labels and how I wanted them to be, and I used to actually print my labels at home, and that process was really stressful, but I was willing to take on the stress because I liked being in control of being able to change my labels whenever I wanted and then print them out whenever I wanted or needed them to. And I have a much better process than I did when I initially started my business with printing my labels at home, because I was using pre-cut labels and I felt like I wasted so much money, and so many of my labels were wasted because of alignment issues, color printing, like just a bunch of issues. Now I have it to where I can design my labels in a way where I can cut it myself after I design it and whatever. It's just a much more seamless process. And then I also have the option of printing my labels if I wanted to. I'm just way more comfortable at this point in running my business to where I don't feel as stressed or uncomfortable with the process of doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my area and kind of reset my studio so that when I want to create some more in here, I don't have to clean up the mess that I made today. So yeah, let's do that. Gonna be a hair mist and then a hair oil. This I'm so excited to use on my scalp, and then
you want to use them here?
Yeah. This is more specifically for locked hair, but your hair could benefit from it too. I'm spraying, but I'm not. Ooh, I like it. I like.
Smells good.
It does?
Yeah, it does smell good.
Okay, cool. I didn't put this is gonna be my first product that I only use essential oils.
It smells like fresh.
Thank you. I love testing products out on my husband, but you guys want to know something I forgot? I had told myself that I wanted to include peppermint oil in this hair oil, but I'm kind of on a fence now because it's one of the main ingredients in my stimulating hair and scalp oil, which is kind of why I put the name stimulating in the name, stimulating hair and scalp oil, because peppermint stimulates blood flow to your scalp and encourages growth and all that good stuff. So I think I'm gonna hold off on including it in this one just because I have a pretty decent blend of scalp care ingredients in here, and I don't want to be redundant in the ingredients that I include in my products, even though they're really good. I'm gonna test it to see how I like it without the peppermint, and of course, because I'm in the testing phase, I can come back and make adjustments and kind of compare how I like it with the peppermint, and should I choose to add it, how I like it with the peppermint, or how I like it without the peppermint, and then how I like it with the peppermint. I don't know if I said that right. But yeah, so I tested this on my husband's hair. I absolutely loved how it felt. I loved how absorbent it was and how extremely moisturizing his hair immediately became after using it. One thing I can already tell is I did add vitamin E oil to this, and then I also added a preservative in here because I did add a raw ingredient of chamomile. And I do see a little bit of oil residue on the bottle. I don't know if you could see. So I'm trying to see if I need to add an ingredient that would bind the oil and water together. Again, I want to keep this as natural of a product as possible. I might just remove the vitamin E oil and add a vitamin E powder, which is D-panthenol. So we'll see. That's the cool thing about being in the testing phase. You get to see what works, what doesn't work, how you like certain things, what you want to remove, and such. So I'm pretty much done, I guess, in here with this. I'm gonna write down this formula in my formula book. I kind of just jotted it down on a piece of paper to quickly, mix everything together. But my day just started so weird with my regular job, my 9 to 5, and it really kind of put a weird damper on my morning. But just working on my business, I've been working for almost 3 hours. It's felt like 5 minutes. It never feels like enough time when I'm working on my business. I just love it. But yeah, I'm trying to rack my brain for what else I can do in here, because this is just the main things that I wanted to get done. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna spend the rest of my day editing and do some housekeeping things, hang out with my kids, and just plan for my next steps. I might just begin the design process for my labels, and first thing I'm actually going to do is test out this oil, because immediately, yes, I did a retie on myself, I want to say almost 2 weeks ago, and my scalp has just been very irritated. And I use my stimulating hair and scalp oil, which is my regular house oil, and it does well in the moment. However, it just feels re-inflamed right after, a few hours. So I want something that is more long-term in effectiveness when it comes to providing me some scalp relief and not having me feeling like I'm about to rip a few locks out because it's so itchy and irritated. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I just really can't wait to do more of these and be more full-time with my business, and it's just the motivation is always there. It's just always feels like there's some type of roadblock to be able to run my business the way that I want to, but I refuse to quit. I refuse to give up. I refuse to stop just because it's not ideally running how I would want it to. But I think just sharing this video and making this video and sharing it is, adding to my growth, adding to my business in a positive way, and hopefully encouraging other people who may be in the same situation as me, where you're having to work a 9 to 5 as well as run your business, and how that balance just never feels balanced. It's always an imbalance, for me at least, and just kind of working with that, and how you can still feed your business while having to feed other areas of your life. And hopefully one day I'm making a video where it's just working on my business full time and not clocking in for anyone else. So fingers crossed that is very, 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 very soon. And hopefully my business is then, bringing in enough income to where it's supporting itself and I don't need a job on the side, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye.